For those that manage to acclimatise to living in a dementia unit, much has to do with their resilience of character and their ability to keep a connection with the outside world. And windows do play a big part in this, especially in terms of the weather and the seasons, because of course dementia residents living in dementia facilities don't have an iPhone to be able to look at to check out the weather. They can't go outside to check what the temperature's like or whether it's likely to rain or is it going to be a sunny day, but they can and they do look out the window for their weather forecast. And in terms of that, keep connected with the outside world. Even though they're not feeling it, experiencing it, or in it, they can view it. And to them, that plays a big part in their assimilation and integration with their world. In one dementia facility I was working at, there was one woman and she was an avid forecast reader. She would take the front seat at the activities and she had this little sort of keyhole view out one particular window where she could see the Port Hills, and just above the Port Hills there was this little window handkerchief of sky, and from there she would predict whether it was going to be rainy, cloudy, sunny, whatever for the day. And she'd sit there and announce formally, well, today it looks like it is going to be a sunny day. And all the residents, oh, is it going to be sunny all day or part of the day or how much of the day? And she'd say, well, it's blue sky, there's not a cloud in the sky, so it appears that it's going to be sunny for the rest of the day. And of course they'd all be delighted, because that would mean that then they could have their cherished window seats in the sun for most of the day. That would mean that everyone would get a chance of getting a place in the sun, because with there only being 8 seats available for 30 people, and there were 4 window alcove seats, and if the sun's only going to be out for 2 hours, you may well miss out on a spot. Whereas if it's going to be sunny all day, then chances are on the 2nd or 3rd round you'd get your chance. And what actually used to happen was that the residents who would attend the workshops, they were pretty canny, cognitive, faster walking, faster thinking, whatever. So after breakfast, they'd zoom straight over to the window seats, get their seat in the sun, get an hour of sunshine and viewing out the window. Then they'd come to the workshops, which was back from the window. And that was when the second tier would go in, the second round, the second shift. And when others were at the workshops, they could then sit in the sun and enjoy the view. And actually, that second shift often had the best of both worlds, because they got the sun, they got the view, and then they'd sort of keep their ear out on the workshop as background entertainment, and could enjoy that as well without being in the thick of it and having to, be subjected to questions, which some of them didn't like, because it was just a bit too confronting. But they didn't mind sitting and listening and, throwing in the odd comment, but not necessarily to be front row and subject to all the challenges that put them in. So those window seats were fantastic. If it was sunny all day, then everyone could have a good time. Now, for wintry weather, rainy weather, grey weather, the farmers were the ones that used to make comment on that, because to them, rain was fabulous. There's never enough rain for farmers, and especially in Canterbury, where it can get very dry, especially in the summer. You wouldn't know it now because it's just been so wet for the last month or so and the ground is sodden, but in the summer everything can dry out to a huge degree. So clouds and rain is a blessing for farmers, and they'll always announce that out the window. So you've got your farmers equation, you've got the people that love the beach and love the sea. So if it's sunshine, of course, Christmas coming up, that will mean that all the children get a chance to go to the seaside and swim in the waves. Everyone, of course, misses going to the beach and not seeing the waves. That's a bit of a sadness, but most dementia residents get out for Christmas Day. That's one thing. They get out to see the family, but of course, getting to see the beach and the waves and the children at the seaside, which of course all of them would love, that takes quite a commitment from a family member, relative, friend, to take someone with dementia to the beach. It's actually not a big thing though. You know, I think if it was just all that really needs to happen to take someone who is mobile, or even if they're on a walker, to the beach, all it needs is two people, two able people, maybe the husband or the partner and the grandchild or the daughter or son. Okay, so you've got the dementia resident and you need just one person each side to be able to walk them along the beach or along the promenade. Really all that is needed. It's best if both people are fairly fit and strong and have good balance reactions, so that if you've got a frail little dementia resident, you need, you know, strong, stable people each side, and they can easily walk that poor person along the beach or the promenade if the dementia resident has the capacity for it. If the capacity is of a higher level, if they're fit, if they're not on a walker and they can walk independently, it's still a good idea. One person each side so that they don't get lost. If they trip, there's two people to be able to buffer so that there won't be a fall. So, you know, really it's one of the best things you can do to assist the partner and the daughter, or the daughter and the grandson, or whatever combination. Two fit, capable people taking the dementia resident out to the seaside. What a lovely day is that. Everyone can enjoy it, not just the dementia resident. It's always good to have outings which everyone can enjoy, because then it's more likely to happen again, isn't it? If it's a good time, you're going to want to repeat that, and so the chances are the resident will get more of it. So a nice walk to the beach, and then a nice ice cream and maybe a coffee. What a lovely trip, what a lovely time, and a lovely trip in the car. It's not difficult. It just needs a little bit of planning, and the main thing is two capable people side by side to take the dementia resident along. And then if one person needs to go to the bathroom or pay the bills, you've still got the other person with the dementia resident, so they don't get lost or waylaid or whatever. But the more of this that can happen in society, the better. And it's not like it doesn't have to happen every week, but if it can happen once a month or something like that, it's a great help. So I've written about these topics at length. The resident's voice, everything you need to know about a person going into a dementia unit. Resident's rise, everything you need to know about the challenges that can arise once a person is in a dementia facility. And both these books are on Amazon and my website, description below. Good reading, easy reading, all the information's there. Really, it is good to read up, because there is so much to learn about dementia units and everything about them, especially if a relative, is just about to go into a dementia facility. Now, I've been thinking for some time that I would like to do something in appreciation for the followers that have been so committed to this channel. I know that there's many of you out there now in all different countries of the world, but there are a big percentage, 44% of the followers on TikTok are from Australia, and mainly from the east coast of Australia, Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne. So I'm thinking that I'm going to come over and do a trip to Australia and do some day retreats. And so you can come if you'd like to, and we can meet each other and have a good time. So I'll let you know more about that. It's in planning stage at the moment, but I thought how lovely to meet you all, to share views, to have some time together, meals together, walk out in the Australian bush together, and some workshops. So thank you for your views. Please pass on the links and subscribe. Thank you for the 200 subscriptions on YouTube. Very good.